Okay, positive energy from the universe. It's going to be a reading for Scorpios, sun sign placement. If you want to check your other placements, more than welcome. It's going to be energy for January and how that energy transforms into February. So we're going to jump right into it. I already pre-shuffle and pre-sage, but we're going to do a little shuffle here. Positive energy from the universe only. What is the energy in January for Scorpio? Positive energy. Two of Pentacles, upright. Positive energy. Oh, shit. Okay. Uh, Seven of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles reverse. Eight of Cups upright for your 5D energy. Bottom of deck energy. Page of Cups reverse. Page of Cups. Oh, sorry. Six of Cups reverse. Wheel of Fortune upright. For the overall energy of the reading. So luck is on your side. Okay. Despite everything. So here in your 3D energy, you got the Two of Pentacles. You are well balanced. I think you're doing well. Also in this card showing like some strength here. So there's strength and balance is what I'm seeing here. Seven of Pentacles. You're focused on your legacy. You're focused on your money. You're focused on your abundance. But you're kind of like reflecting on maybe what you've done and how to do it better. But strangely enough, here we have the Knight of Cups. It's like maybe you're focusing on it because you are slowly losing your abundance. Maybe you're having some money troubles. Okay, so you're trying to reflect on how to get that back or to do better so it doesn't happen again if you're getting your money back. Eight of Cups, though, you're walking away from something emotionally, or you had to walk away from something emotionally in your 5D energy. Page of Cups reverse is like I always think it's like someone rescinded like an offer to you, or they took their cut back from you. Now this could be like a job that gave you emotional fulfillment. It doesn't have to be a person. And Six of Cups reverse. Hmm. It's like you're not taking the lessons learned, is what I'm getting from that. That's strange. Okay, but it's on their side. One second. Sorry, I have to check the other. Okay. Okay, but despite not learning old lessons, you still have luck on your side. Is where I left off. Okay. All right. So can we get some clarification? Because so far I have that. Despite that you had to emotionally walk away from something, you're still standing strong. You're well balanced. But it's like you're still in reflection. It's like despite what's going on in your situation, you're not freaking out. Okay, so like I said, like your abundance is being drained, or like let's say you lost a gamble, but it's not like you're freaking out like, oh, I lost all my money. You just you're just re-strategizing. Whoa, I'm tired. Okay, but you're thinking of a new strategy. Um, so yeah, you're thinking of a new strategy. So this doesn't happen again. Um, and that was just an example because here you had to walk away from something emotionally, and it's giving like someone rescinded their emotional cup to you. Like I said, it could be a job could have been like something that was very like a job that was very emotionally fulfilling. Maybe you were fired, or um, you know, you had to take a break for whatever reason. Could have been like family life or something like that. But for some reason, you had to take a break from this career, and it's like you haven't learned the lesson yet that you need to learn. Um, to keep this from happening again. Now, how can you prevent like getting fired? Not really, but maybe having a backup job. I don't know. But this Six of Cups, if this is like a relationship or a partnership, I think you had to emotionally walk away because they weren't supportive enough for you. They weren't emotionally supportive enough for you. But it's giving you to take this person back. You just want to be smarter about when you take this person back. And you feel like luck is on your side. That's what I'm getting from that, but we're going to clarify. Hmm. Positive energy only for Scorpio. Positive energy only for Scorpio. Can clarify the situation for Scorpio. Can clarify the situation for Scorpio. Positive energy only. Positive energy only. Oh, wow. So, Deja Vu came out first. Fired Up came out next. Well, Shattered came out. And Foresight. Yeah. So, Deja Vu. Deja Vu, what should I do? This is your moment to pause. And I think that's what you're doing. And someone else got this. Someone pause and thinking to yourself, what should I be doing in this moment? Or what should I do for this to not happen again? Okay? What should I be doing for this not to happen again? But you're doing it with grace. You're not freaking out. So that's what I like about the situation. Um, but it's given like you stuck in a cycle because you're not learning your lesson. And here's like you feel like you haven't learned your lessons. Now it says shattered heartbreak. Fired up, fuming, overwhelming, explosion, emotions, very angry. That's possible for Scorpio. Got that stinger, even though you're not a fire sign. And foresight. It's in the future, few days, 2 weeks, few months, direction forward. So maybe like deja vu, what should you do? You think you're rethinking things. Whatever this thing was, it had you crushed or shattered. Okay, with the Page of Cups and the Eight of Cups, it made you feel like you had to walk away. And you're kind of like so upset about it. Maybe that's why you're in the Seven of Pentacles and the Six of Cups reverse. You're still thinking about it. But I think you know it's coming back around. That's why you feel so confident with the Wheel of Fortune. It's coming back around, and I think you're going to accept whatever it is. Whether it's work or whether it's a relationship, you're going to go back to it. Even though I don't want to say disrespected you, but that's what it is. Even if they didn't appreciate you and you are aware, didn't appreciate your sacrifice or didn't appreciate you as an employee, you're still going to go back to this job. You're still going to go back to this relationship, is what I'm getting. I'm sticking by that one. All right, so positive energy only. How will this energy transform into February? Positive energy from the universe only. How will this energy transform into February? Oh, shit. Okay, temperance. Like I said, you're remaining graceful in this. Even though it said fired up, you're putting energy this. You might even be angry, but I feel like you're still you can still be upset, but you're still doing it with grace. You haven't lashed out on anyone, in my opinion. So temperance, you're gonna have to make a decision, and the moon. So you're still doing this with grace. You're still doing this with balance. Um, two of two of swords. You feel like you're gonna have to choose between something or make a difficult decision, or even if you know what you're going to do, it's still mentally pulling you in different directions. Like you know you're going to go back to this job, whether it's for financial reasons or for emotional fulfillment. This job was emotional fulfillment, or you're really attached to this job, the people there. You might even know that you have options, and it's pulling you apart to know that you have options, possibly better options, but you are really attached to the situation. Like I said, it could be a relationship. And this is the moon card. So there's some secrets, there's some mystery, some illusion there. So let's say um, they say, okay, we're going to have you come back to work, or we're reopening, or whatever happened. For example, I once worked at a restaurant that I really loved working at. It was a great restaurant, good money, high end customers, da 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 da. They caught on fire right before COVID, had to close the restaurant. So not much there. Then COVID happened, and they immediately had to close, um, or stay, sorry, remain closed because they were close to the fire. And then they realized a situation where it was too much to back rent or something, so they just decided to permanently close this restaurant. And they offered people to come back in different at a different restaurant that they had, um, but it was really really far. Okay, so I say that to say is they're gonna ask you to come back, but it might not be the ideal situation that you thought it was gonna be from the initial. So maybe they actually come back and it's temporary. Maybe they actually come back. Um, the pay isn't as what it used to be. The same people aren't there. Maybe there's more strict rules, or the family culture of the job has changed. If this is the relationship, maybe this person is still hiding something. Maybe you have options for another partner, but you know you're gonna go back to your old partner. But you're doing it gracefully. You're not making any hasty decisions. But whatever the situation is, you're in love, enamored with. Um, so that's the energy for February. We can do some what's the advice. We can do how we know who this is. But I think you're gonna know. How will we know who this is or what this is? How will we know? 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 Something that brings like fulfillment. Um, Even though it's a justice card, fulfillment. If it's a job, could be law enforcement, because you know, right here it could be. You could be a judge. You could be a lawyer. You could be anything that has to do with law, really, or legal stuff. But I think it's more balanced. I think it's more about this is fulfilling for you. Okay. Law, all that. So I think whatever this is, the thing that made you feel most fulfilled, a lot of Libra energy, could be a Libra, um, that you're dealing with. Uh, I'm a Libra Sun, Scorpio Venus, so those connect for me. So we did how you know what this is. What's the advice? Let's go to that. 14 minutes. What's the advice? Sorry, I can feel the bag in my eye. Christ. The dark circle is darkening. I'm tired. Okay, what's the advice for Scorpio in this situation? What is the advice for Scorpio? Okay. Right. So the first card was frustration, and the second card was deceit. And it says, so that is Three of Wands reverse and the Seven of Swords upright. So, like I said here, You know you're gonna pick this, but be careful that things are hidden. Okay. So it says delay, broken plans, um, you know, a betrayal is about. So it says a lack of foresight may be hindering your plans. Progress feels out of reach, testing your resolve. Be cautious with plans, communication, or partnership. All parties being forthright. So that kind of goes into the moon card with things being hidden. Um, and the example that I gave you, the job, like they offered our job back, but it was really far. Okay, like I said, they could offer your job back, but the pay isn't the same, or it's temporary, or the same people weren't there, or the rules are more intense, where it's not going to be the job that you thought it was, or the old job that you used to be with, or it's not even the relationship that you used to think it was. Maybe this break has changed both of you, and it's not going to be what you think it was, because it seems like you went through a separation for sure. Um, so basically, it's saying use your discernment. It's not saying don't choose this person or don't choose this job, but just go in open minded. You're very balanced. You're doing this with grace. A lot of Libra energy here. Pisces, Aquarius, Sagittarius, sorry, energy. So, well, let's do final messages before I close this reading. Final messages before I close this reading. Final message before I close this reading. Broken heart, or heal your heart, sorry. Healing your heart. Heal anxious abusive relationship, toxic or addiction, looking in the past, lightning transformation, surprises, um, impatient news. Goth is this soul looking at, I'm sorry, sunglasses, looking at you, perception and spying, and death. That's really fitting for Pisces, Scorpio. Ending a relationship. There's no second chances. Create and transform. So I'm gonna healing your heart. Old school. Lightning. Sunglasses. And death card. So I think that you need to just heal from what this is. Sometimes you're really confident, but I think that you're gonna, I think just use your discernment, but I think clearly like there's a deception about, I mean, because we get that over and over again. I mean, they repeat it over and over about deception, or things being hidden, or secrets or something. So I think this will end in due time. I think you need to focus on yourself and heal yourself. I think this will end in due time, but I think you're gonna give it a second chance. You're feeling lucky. You're gonna give it a second chance, but don't make it the third and the fourth chance. Okay? So thank you, and